Okay, I got to tell you what's going on with Balenciaga. This is what was on their homepage yesterday with their new ad campaign for their gift shop for people to buy Balenciaga stuff for the Christmas season. Apparently, one of the things you can buy is a purse that looks like a teddy bear in bondage gear. Well, that's one thing, which is kind of odd. And then they decided to pose those teddy bears with children, young children. And people are kind of outraged about it, maybe predictably. And Balenciaga has gone on to delete the ad campaign. They've taken down most everything off their Instagram account. They already deleted themselves from Twitter. In this ad campaign, there are subliminal messages about pornography, maybe child pornography. I'll show you that. And this is Balenciaga, which is supposed to be la creme de la creme as far as fashion houses go. They're the ones everybody talks about. Kanye West was partnered up with them. Kim Kardashian is always talking about Balenciaga. They have a long history, and they're pretty woke. They cut ties with Kanye West, right, over anti-Semitism. And meanwhile, this is the stuff they publish. I mean, it's, to a normal person, it's creepy, not cool. I mean, maybe the kid doesn't know what's going on, but that doesn't make it okay. And that's what they have. And I'll show you about the secret messaging about child pornography. Then you can see what are these people really into in the fashion world. So that's one image that was right on their site. This is another image that was on there as a person holding one of these, I guess they're handbags. This is another bondage bear dressed in mesh with wrist and leg restraints. And that kid holding it. And then the children in these pictures have these expressions, and you have to wonder, why did they decide to choose these expressions on the faces of these children while they're holding these pedo bears? And you talk about the pedo bear meme from 4chan, which is used for pedophiles. So those are some of the images you found on the site. And here is where it gets even weirder, is underneath this handbag in this image, there's an image here with a handbag on top of a desk littered with papers, right? Which you would think would just be regular props, maybe with nothing on them. While somebody looked close at the image of this paper right here, and you can see, just looking at the image, the words sexual, pornography, sex, all in this image, sexual intercourse. You can see several images of the word sex. And say Walt Disney used to put in subliminal images of sex. And so this is how they put in their subliminal messaging about sex and pornography into this image. But it's not just that. The case that is being referenced, or the case that the text is from, is a case that involved child pornography. The case is, I have that information for you. Redux wrote about it. They're a feminist news and opinion blog, reduxxx.info. I have an article from them. They confirmed the name of the case. Show you this. People are writing about it. We'll see if there are any repercussions from it. I doubt it. I doubt it. Real repercussions? I doubt it. But people are looking into it. I'll show you what we found so far. This is another image of a model with one of those pedo bears holding it up at a fashion show. So I say that. I mean a teddy bear with bondage gear, spiked collar, arm and leg restraints. The actual case it was from, I was going to tell you that part, was United States versus Williams, which was a case involving a guy who distributed sexually explicit images of children and then tried to claim free speech. And the Supreme Court actually rejected his argument. So it wasn't a ruling in favor of child porn or child pornographers. It was a ruling against that. And I have no idea how this video will get through the YouTube censors. I've said a lot of words that you're not supposed to say. So most of those images, like I said, have been scrubbed from the Balenciaga website. Now, when you go to the Balenciaga website, it doesn't feature that first image of the child holding the teddy bear with bondage gear. But still on the website right now, I can go to it. Still on the website right now, even though they've deleted those other images I'll show you, is this image for their gift shop, which is a kid in a hoodie with, I think they did a partnership with Crocs. And then in the corner over here is one of those bears, that same bear with all the bondage gear and stuff, all the fetish gear on. So there is still a picture of a kid in an image with the bear with the bondage gear, which, like I said, it's still there. They haven't been ashamed completely. Yeah, because a child with all kinds of kid stuff around him, drawings on the walls, and then there's the Balenciaga gear, and just standing out as being really odd, there's the bondage bear in the corner. So that's, but like I said, the main page no longer features the main images, and it looks like this ad campaign has been mostly scrapped. If you go to Balenciaga's Instagram, they have removed everything, including anybody who's saying anything bad about them, as far as I can tell. This is what's on their Instagram account now. It's all adult images. There are 9 pictures, it looks like. There were 10 last I looked. Now there are 9. So they've updated to that. And now if you click on the images, you can't find anybody saying anything bad for the most part. Oh, well, here we go. People are making notes. Craig.Hop says Ashcraft First Free Speech Coalition. Now, this is interesting. Okay, actually, it seems like it's confirmed which case is involved in this whole thing, which is this United States versus Williams, which involved a guy that shared sexually explicit images of children and then tried to claim free speech, and the Supreme Court said he was wrong. But there's another case, and actually it's referred to in the, you can see part of it in the image. It says Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition, and that's another case involving virtual child pornography and whether you can have child pornography whether pornography that seems to have children, even if it doesn't, is still illegal. So that was what that case involved. Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. So you can see some people are saying things on their page, but they're going to delete that stuff, because when I was just on here a second ago, there wasn't anything negative to be said to them. But there's another guy on Instagram, the photographer, and the photographer is getting some flack. The photographer was doing a series of photos of children he called Toy Stories, where he was going around the world taking images of children with their toys. And internet sleuths have caught on to that. So I'll show you what his page looks like. He has an image up still of a different image that I guess would have been from the Balenciaga campaign. This is the photographer. He's a National Geographic photographer. Gabriel Galimberti, National Geographic photographer, was going around the world taking pictures of kids with their toys. And here's one of these pictures. And in the image, you can see she's not holding it, but in the image is another one of those bears, one of those pedo bears. But people are saying, this is so sick, jail, etc. This is so sick, save our children. Absolutely disturbing. Why do you find it appropriate to have a teddy bear in bondage in a child's photo? Their symbolism will be their downfall. So that's the kind of flack this guy's getting right now on his Instagram account. And people are going to be looking at him very closely. Yeah, that's Gabrielle Galimberti in Paris, France. So who also on his Instagram, I can show you some of the other images. Sure, right? We're doing open source research. These are some of the other images from his account. So from his Toy Stories project. And then his other project is called The Ameriguns, where he took pictures of Americans with lots of guns. So that was another project. These are some of those images. Americans with lots of guns in the picture. So Gabrielle Galimberti. So there you go. That's the story. You know, what are the elites up to? And like I said, this is like the fashion house. The one that everybody supposedly looks up to, who's so woke that they can't even have a Twitter account, which they deleted a couple days ago, right before this ad campaign. So, all right. Just thought I'd tell you what was going on with it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil and you can leave me a note. And I do a live show weekdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And that is what it is.